Welcome back to the world's most dangerous podcast, Not So Common NSC. Hey, I'm excited. We got a special guest, one of good friends of mine. Who I can't even introduce you, right? Who are you, bro?
Ramon Pedraza.
Ramon motherfucking Pedraza. That's how you have to introduce this guy. What's been going on, brother?
Oh, just getting off of work, 7th week at a new job, going to school and
You say 7th week?
at a new job.
Okay. Because you and I used to work together at I'm at a company. We used to be in the same department, working side by side.
Unnamed company?
It's an unnamed company. We
They
used
don't
to
deserve
do the same thing. We used to we used to talk every day.
Every day we had good conversations.
Heck yeah, man. I remember you was in school, I was in school, then you was in school, then you was in school, then you was in school. Yeah, I think you never got out, dude. I'm like, you doing 20 years, dude.
I took a year off.
That was your probation year, then you had to go right back.
That's when I realized I needed to go back.
Yeah, man. That's good, man. So you you went a while without a job too during this COVID stuff, huh?
This year?
Yeah, whenever COVID first started?
Yeah, I had put my 2 weeks notice at that other company that we worked at. So COVID hit and I was supposed to start working, but they didn't let me in because of COVID.
Because of COVID, man.
So
That messed a lot of things up, bro. Like even my job wasn't that secure, you know?
And I was leaving for $80,000 a year. So
Ooh. Would you have let me borrow some gas money?
yeah, I would give you anything you wanted. But it's okay. We're here now.
But I mean, nothing can ever hold us down, you know, as long as we keep going.
Well, we built from it.
Yeah, man. So that's good. I mean, you're in a lot, you know, I guess in a great mental health place, and right?
I'll tell you what, that I was off for a long time, almost a year. It was good for me.
It was?
At the moment, I didn't think it was, but it was good to take a mental break, to wake up and not dread going to work.
Yeah.
Being miserable and
Yeah.
get up in the morning, go for a walk, just do little things, knowing that I don't really have a lot of responsibility, you know?
I was like that too. You know, sometimes when you're off a lot, you know, you wake up, you know, at a decent time. Your mind is fresh. You're not waking up at, you know, sometimes I get up at 4:30 to go to work. So now I'm waking up, you know, like 7, feeling good. Birds are chirping. Get up and yawn, you know, do the whole 9. But, you know, first of the month when the bills due, it's like, dang, I should be getting up at 4:30.
Unemployment was paying good.
Yeah, and apparently they're still paying good. I heard, you know, you get unemployment if you don't work 40 hours. They give you like an extra $300 a week.
Yeah.
So
I think everybody's getting that.
yeah, that's a good money to, you know, help you out. But I mean, it's only going to last so long, you know.
But it was a good break. But I'm happy to be working again.
So what if you don't mind? What do you do? Like, what kind of job? You don't have to tell me the company.
No.
I'm just saying what.
I'm working for I'm a production planner, but over here they call it production programmer. It's for a steel grading company. I don't know if you ever seen grading.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you see them at the refineries or over drains. It's like bars.
Yeah.
With crossbars, it's so water can go through or stuff like that. So they manufacture it right there, and basically I'm in charge of creating work for the fabrication shop, for the manufacturing, for the paint shop, for the weld shop.
Damn, Ramon, you came from the. I remember you was just like, you was where I was, you know. You came up, bro.
I had to, man. I had to put my degrees to good use, man.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do that, but you know.
But yeah, I tell you what, my last role with that company we worked at,
yeah,
man, that really helped me get a lot of interviews. I came close a few times, but that put me over the top right there. If I never had that experience, I don't know what I would be doing.
And it takes that. I mean, some people, it takes that, you know, that certain moment that, you know, that's where I can't take this no more, you know?
Yeah.
And then we all have those moments.
Yeah,
and then that's when we get stuff done, whether we hitting rock bottom as far as finances or the lack of respect, you know, at a place.
Sometimes
or
you need a swift kick.
Yeah, and that's what it is, to where you say enough is enough. I ain't taking this no more.
Yeah.
You know, and you did that.
That's at the point I was, and that's why I started searching for opportunities. But, you know, COVID hit, and But actually, I feel more prepared now than I would have been a year ago.
Dude, I remember you used to always, like, you would take a test and you like, I don't know, man, I was nervous about this test. I don't know if I'm pass. Then the next day, like, Ramon, how's your test? I got an A. It's like, Ramon, was you really that?
I was just trying to build up anticipation, you know.
Like, yeah, that test seemed a lot hard, huh?
Yeah, some of those tests, man, they're pretty brutal, but you get used to it, man.
Graduating anytime soon?
1 year from now.
Dude.
I will have 7 classes left after this semester.
And this is graduates or bachelors or what?
Graduate program, MBA.
Hey, my man.
Thank you. I could have done it this December, but I would have had to load up with a lot of classes. I just figured I'll drag it out. I got a couple of friends that joined me, so we're taking every class together, helping each other out.
That's good, man. That's real good.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I also, I remember also your sports knowledge, dude. The sports was your shit, dude.
Yeah, that's something that just I've always enjoyed, and it just comes to me. I could listen to sports radio for a little bit, and I'll pick up on stuff, read on stuff, but yeah, I've always been a big sports fan, man.
So COVID sports during COVID. I mean, did you watch any NBA in the bubble?
I did. Mainly the reason I watched was because the Rockets were in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but I knew,
which they're not going to be this year.
Yeah, they're not going to be this year, but I do like the direction they're going in.
What do you mean?
Man, Harden, I loved him, but it was time for him to go. We weren't going to win. We peaked in 2018 with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
They didn't win then. They were never going to win after that. That was the best team they ever had.
I think if Chris Paul had been in, and James Harden could have got hurt, but I think if Chris Paul was there, we'd have beat Golden State.
They would have swept the Cavaliers too.
Yes, I definitely agree. Chris Paul was the better. He just had the better IQ for the game. It wasn't, and then historically, with the Harden has had trouble in the playoffs.
He has, and at first I thought it was because he didn't have help, but you got him Dwight Howard, you got him Chris Paul, you got him Russell Westbrook.
It's like, what else do you want, bro?
That's why I think it's a good thing that they moved on, and it's time for a rebuild. I don't mind taking a few bad years.
Yeah.
But I know they have a lot of draft capital. They got Christian Wood, and
which is he's doing his thing.
He doesn't get enough credit, but Kevin Porter, man. He's 20 years old.
What I liked what was the guy's name? He was smaller, but he used to play like forward sometimes or center.
Oh, PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker. He's a good role player for any team. Like, because he can shoot. He's smart with the basketball. He's not the biggest, but he can play in there pretty big, you know.
He's a modern day Mario Welly.
Yeah. He even kind of looked like him too. So.
Yeah, he hustles. He can play defense. He get the rebounds. He can defend anybody. He's in a good situation with Milwaukee. It's just Giannis is hurt right now, so we don't know how far they're gonna go.
Is he hurt?
He's hurt. He should be back pretty soon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he had an ankle injury, if I'm not mistaken. But he's in a good situation.
Yeah, it was a lot. They pretty much broke up the team, you know.
It was time. I think it was long overdue.
James Harden forced it, and it was probably for the best. He's on a team right now full of just everybody. Everybody but me is on the team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he's finally getting the recognition he deserves.
You think he never got the recognition?
No, he was always getting bashed in Houston. Everybody talks about, look how great he's playing now. He was doing that in Houston for the last 8 years. That's
very true. But the thing is, the reason it's not on him no more because he got Kyrie and Kevin Durant who can just
he can take it.
He didn't have any players that could take up the slack if he was off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was just, if he's off, then the team is off. But if he's not off in Brooklyn, if he's off, then you got Kyrie and KD. Now you got Blake Griffin, and I mean, I'm sorry what happened to Marcus Aldridge. That was pretty.
Yeah,
that irregular heartbeat was something he's been dealing with.
Don't forget they got Steve Nash, the head coach.
Yeah, but is he really coaching? You think?
No,
he's just there.
Really, all you need is Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
They have some nice players on the team.
They have a real nice team.
Only
Are they better than Milwaukee?
Do you see, who do you think their competition is in the East Coast, in the Eastern Conference? Man. What about Philly or the Celtics?
I don't have a lot of faith in Ben Simmons. Joel
Embiid's been balling this year.
He's really good, man.
He's been balling.
People are saying that he's a younger Hakeem Olajuwon.
Nah,
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
I think that's
he's a better shooter, even though he sucks at shooting. But he's still a better shooter as far as 3-point.
Hakeem had that outside shot, but he just rarely went for the 3 points.
Yeah, but he's powerful. But
Joel Embiid he can play point guard. He can play any position.
Yeah, no, he's a beast. He is. I'm with you on Ben Simmons though. He's just not. Well, I can't say he's not reliable because anywhere inside the paint he can score.
Doesn't have the shot.
But sometimes if you getting roughed up inside and you can't shoot, and is he a small forward, right? He's not a power forward.
I think he's a swing man.
Yeah, so that's a position that's known for you gotta shoot that corner three.
Yeah, well, when the Rockets traded James Harden, a lot of people were talking that they should have gone for Ben Simmons, but I think what the Rockets got was a whole lot better. Draft capital for the next 7-8 years. Yeah,
I agree. I don't think Ben Simmons can carry a team by himself.
And Rockets do not need a superstar right now. They need a rebuild. That's what they need.
Yeah.
They're doing exactly like when they let go of Ben McLemore. That was good. He needed to go to a contender. He wasn't going to win here. PJ Tucker, obviously.
Yeah, I think John Wall is even wasting a lot of time here.
I thought John Wall would have been a good candidate to get bought out and go play for a contender.
Yeah, which I feel like he should be.
They should have done that for him.
Yeah, I think so. It's. I mean, of course, on the West side, it's the Lakers.
It's the Lakers, and
who else do you think though?
We're not giving credit to the Utah Jazz. Look what Chris Paul's doing with Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Chris Paul just goes and makes everybody a lot better.
He does. I don't trust him to get. I don't trust. He makes them better as far as gets to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Championship is a different story.
It's gonna be a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
Let's hope he doesn't. But I just don't see them beating the Lakers either.
I don't see anybody beating the Lakers. Even Utah. If anybody has a chance, Utah, maybe Denver.
But they just lost Jamal Murray.
They did. I forgot about that. ACL, wasn't it?
ACL. He'll probably be done for a year.
Oh, damn. He's a big part, too.
He's one of the better
players. When he's on.
It's having an MVP season, but Jamal Murray he was a perfect complement player for him.
When Jamal Murray's on, he is unstoppable. A little inconsistent sometimes, but when he's on fire, there's no stopping this guy.
I really thought was it in 2019 when they went to the conference finals?
Yeah.
I thought that was probably their best chance, just like the Rockets in 18.
Yeah.
After that, it was just more of a decline.
Yeah. They hit
that. Last year they won the conference finals. It was last year.
Was it last year? That's when he kept having those 50-point games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In the bubble.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to happen for them this year. So we're not talking about the Clippers either.
We forget it. We always still forget about the Clippers.
Kawhi, PG, they got a nice team, man.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna try to go to the game this weekend. So I think they have a guys' night out. You know how they do the guys' night out thing. I think I might try to go.
I haven't been to a game this year.
Yeah, me neither. They have one tonight.
But I do have a fan cutout at the game.
You do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I'm there every day. In cardboard space.
Do you really have one?
Yeah, I paid $50 for it.
Where is it at?
Like section 126.
I'm going to sit over there next week. I'm like, hey, I know this guy.
Say hi, okay?
I'm gonna sit right there. I'm gonna say, hey, we're doing a podcast live from Toyota Center. Dude, that's pretty cool. I'm see if I can find you on there.
Yeah, you can probably find that on the website.
Yeah, that's cool. You use $50 to do it?
Yeah, about $55.
For the whole season?
For the whole season. I think they include in the playoffs. Well, that's not going to be necessary this year.
Yeah, I'm like, to the season, that's all.
Yeah.
Shit. I've been watching some of the Astros. If you guys don't know, we're in Houston, so a lot of our sports talk is Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So.
We can talk about anything, though.
Yeah. Oh, so I don't think about the Astros I know is they've been back and forth on and off good because I've seen them win some games.
They started off strong. They went to Oakland, swept the 4 games. Then they went down to the Los Angeles B team, the Angels, and they won one game down there. And
I know they're getting booed a lot too, aren't they?
Yeah, but that's actually a good thing for them because it desensitizes them for the playoffs. A lot of those environments like New York, people think this is something new. When they went to New York in 2019 for the playoffs, they were getting harassed.
Oh yeah. That's just sports in general. Like if you can't get over that as an athlete,
it doesn't bother those guys.
No, but do you think they're really stealing signs?
I think it was. I don't want to make the excuse that everybody was doing it, but everybody was doing it. But I think it was just one of those things that teams were doing, but they probably just they just got caught.
They got caught, yeah, and then everybody else act like oh, we don't know, we don't do that. Like they act like they were,
just like in real life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That is very true.
But yeah, I think honestly, yeah, they were doing something because I was even telling my brother during the World Series in 2017. Mm-hmm. It might have been a little bit after. I was like, hey, Carlos Beltran?
Yeah.
I said, he's calling pitches against the Dodgers for the Astros from the dugouts. And on the other team on the Dodgers, there's a guy named Chase Utley. Uh-huh. He was a player there. He was doing the same thing for the against the Astros. He was telling them what pitch they were going to throw. And they were two veteran guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically they were on the roster, but they were like another coach in the dugouts for each team.
That's
And I knew about that then, but it just blew up last year.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then plus, I think the Astros were the team that everybody just wanted to beat. They didn't like them.
They didn't like them. This is what I think. I think a lot of teams, especially, baseball might have been really bitter because in 2017, what did they do? They beat three of the most historic teams: the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, and Los Angeles Dodgers. What does that do when you knock those teams off? It kills your ratings.
Yeah.
You gotta have a New York team and an LA team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It draws ratings, and also I guess there were a lot of teams were a little jealous of their model because, I don't know if you know who Jeff Luhnow is, right?
No, I don't know Jeff Luhnow.
He was their general manager. He's the one that got kicked out of baseball for a year for the whole cheating scandal.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah, he had built up quite a reputation where he wasn't very well liked. And I think it could have been an effort to get him out of the game.
Mm.
Yeah, there's always been a bias against Houston. We already know that.
Yeah, in any sport, honestly. But Astros were. I mean, even I never watched baseball like that until the Astros were doing good. I always rep the Yankees, but did I really? Not really.
It's hard not to get into it, especially when they're doing really well. And I've always said the playoff games are a lot better, especially if you go in person. That year I went to every game.
I bet.
It's intense, man, but
Yeah, I think even that was when we were working together then, and you used to go like all the time.
Yeah, we went for the playoffs. I went to every single home game, and the World Series I only went to one.
At least you went to the World Series though. Yeah. Shit.
It was a good experience. You just walk in there and you just know it's not the same crowd. It's something different, man. It's a good experience, man. It's like seeing if you go see your Giants in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. Don't even tease me like that, Ramon. Don't even tease me like that, dude. Dang, any fights? Did you see any fights?
Oh, actually, I did.
You recorded one, did you?
I did. Game 6 of the playoffs against the Yankees. I happened to be on Snapchat at the moment, and I was like, a big fight broke out between some Astros and Yankees fans. I went recording, man. Posted it on Facebook, and everybody's like, make it public.
Yeah, and it went viral, huh?
It went viral. Telemundo even contacted me about using it, and they did. House of Highlights?
Yeah.
They actually shared it too.
Damn, Ramon, you could have been that dude that hired you just to look for fights and shit.
Well, I'll do it, man.
Damn.
I ended up deleting it just because it got kind of ridiculous. Because there was a part where people thought that a woman was getting beat up, but it was actually that guy with long hair.
Oh, whoa.
And there's no sense in trying to correct those people.
Yeah, that's true. Dang, that's crazy. Who do you think's gonna who thinks are the powerhouses in baseball this year?
I'm gonna give it to the Astros in the American League.
Really?
And obviously in the other league, the National League, you gotta go with the Dodgers, man. Even though I think their World Series last year is a third of a season.
Yeah,
it doesn't really count, but they're still the champs.
For some reason, I just don't like the Dodgers. I don't know something about their faces. I don't know what it is. They're
an LA team, man.
That's probably what it is. They're LA team. I just don't LA. They're LA.
I'm not a big fan of them either. I thought they took it a little bit too far. They pushed it too hard. The whole cheating when they were doing the same thing too.
Yeah, I agree.
And they need to get over it too. They got their little championship last year. It's time to move on.
Dang, do we still do the Astros still have some pitchers, the good pitchers and stuff
from the World Series?
Yeah.
There's only 2 people left on the team. Lance McCullers and Justin Verlander.
Oh,
and the whole team, there's probably 5 players left from the World Series, but yet these guys are getting booed. A lot of these guys were in the minor leagues when that was happening.
Yeah, they're just jumping on just to do it.
It's for social media clout. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah. Man.
What they ought to do is use that can to clean up their state. California. Last time I went there was trash everywhere.
I heard it's like that there. I heard it's just like shitty there.
It doesn't matter where you're driving. There's just piles of garbage everywhere.
I heard it's like it's messy.
I think they could put those cans in some spots right there and clean it up.
Jeez. So who do you got in who's your football team?
Texans.
I already knew you was gonna say that. I thought you were a Cowboys fan.
No. I've been to Cowboys games, but I'm not a fan. I can't do that.
They're a Texas team?
They're not a Houston team.
Oh.
I can't root for another Texas team unless it's from Houston.
Not even the Rangers?
No. That was a joke, by the way. I got a lot of messages from people.
Right?
Some guy even called me at midnight. I was like, dude, I was joking, man.
April Fools.
The only other team in Texas that I could probably root for, and this is a stretch, is the San Antonio Spurs.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I've always been a big fan of Tim Duncan, and I don't know. I was not saying that I'm a fan, but if I didn't have another choice, I'd go for the Spurs in Texas.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's a stretch.
Yeah.
I think their fans are really cool. I've talked to them before. It's just pretty cool.
Do you what do you think about this whole Deshaun Watson stuff, man?
That's a tough one right there,
It's a tough one.
Because let's say either way it goes, they're both touchy subjects.
And that's the thing about it, yes. You know?
It's you know, on one side you have the women, you know, it's touchy because if they feel they were wrong, well, they deserve justice, right?
Yeah.
But then again, on the other side, Deshaun Watson, if they're lying, well, he deserves justice. But look what's happening to his brand.
Yeah, he lost his endorsements. Look, I kind of believe. Look, I have no clue what the hell happened there. This is Matthias Wilburn. I'm just making guesses, uneducated guesses. But do I believe something happened? Of course, something probably was said or asked. He probably wanted him to do something.
Yeah.
But it's not a crime to ask you to do anything. If you ask a girl for whatever, she can say no. You gotta leave it alone. But as far as him forcing them, the oral sex and all that stuff, I'm like, can I say he did it or not? No, I can't, because you don't know anybody. Anybody can be behind closed doors, can be any monster.
And we weren't there.
But I talked to this lawyer, right, and he was saying that he has a masseuse as a friend, and he was saying that that they could have left any, like, that whole, when they were crying, I don't know if you saw the video where they were reading the statements and they were crying and stuff like that. She was saying that's some BS. She was like, all that, I can't do my job anymore, handshaking. She was like, yeah, that doesn't happen.
It's too much. Huh?
Yeah, they were doing too much, and she didn't really believe it.
But how can you even argue it? If you argue, you're insensitive.
And that's the thing. They make you choose the side. They will, just because they're women. Yeah. You have to automatically believe them. But women can lie, just like men can lie. We all have capable of lying. You know, or trying to get money. It's
that's a tough one right there. And I in my lunch break, I always listen to sports radio, and sometimes I have to cut it off just because it just gets to be too much, man. And I just hope it works out for the best. That's really all I can say about it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think we're also blinded by the fact that we want to like Deshaun Watson so much. You know,
he's hard not to like.
He's hard not to like. He just seems like a good guy.
He's a wholesome dude.
He's very smart and a great football player. First, you know.
Family man.
Yeah.
When he signed that contract, those were legitimate tears, man.
Yeah. And do you think the Texans knew about all this before, and then when he wanted to leave, they released it? They say go for it with it?
No, I don't. Honestly, I think they knew about it. You know, he was sending a lot of cryptic tweets before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just sending a lot of tweets, and it could have been about this. What I think, and this is just me thinking randomly, you know, he wanted to leave Houston. It could have been that he knew this was coming, so he didn't want to be here no more because he didn't feel comfortable, and it's just he wanted to move on. That could have been the reason why. Because how do you change a year a year ago to today.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna leave. I guess he knew it was coming, and he's just like, you know what, I gotta go. Like James Harden, I gotta go. But James Harden wasn't involved in that. But
that we know of, we don't know. No, it's funny. But yeah, and then the fact that if this was true, also, you gotta think what men are willing to do to hush this up. He could have probably paid $1 million, 600, 500,000 under the table. We wouldn't have heard anything. But the fact that he let it go public like that, it's just like he's willing to really fight that say he didn't do anything or didn't do anything illegal.
Because let's just say, if he paid him off, it would have been because, it could have been that he felt guilty. Like, you know what, let's get it out the way. But if he's really fighting it, maybe those weren't his intentions.
And it probably was, because I remember they released a tweet he or not a tweet, but a text message that he sent to one of the girls, and it was like, "I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. That wasn't my intention."
And I think that's genuine.
Yeah, I think it was, because he didn't have to say that. He could have, But I think that's why I believe that he may have flirted. He may have got butt ass naked or whatever.
But even now, flirting could be misinterpreted for being something too much. It's like, you're probably better off letting the woman come on to you.
Yeah. And ladies, just one at a time.
But the other day I was listening on the radio where they were saying that when his lawyer came to him with the accusations, he's like, I did that. Like, he kind of like floored him, and they say he legitimately started crying. So
really, and
maybe, I'm not trying to defend him or anything, but he probably like, man, that wasn't my intention.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you can't judge intent. You have to just take somebody's word for it. And now, at the end of the day, they don't have to take your word for it, because nobody can judge your intent.
No.
I would, in my guess, I believe it was some unintentional, things going on. And they're going to, he's a star, he's a star athlete making millions of dollars, and they're going to.
It's like a company truck with a sign on the side. They're targets.
Yeah, because you can.
This guy just signed a $160 million contract. He's got the world in his hands. Open up a new restaurant.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, somebody can easily say, "Oh, he did this to me. Give me $100K. Let's make it go away."
Yeah. Like anything, like a business, like you say, like you can walk into a store and and slip on whatever, and it was like, that wasn't our intention to have this. Like, we just didn't get to it yet. They don't give a shit. Give me some money and let's move on. I don't care what your intentions were.
It's happened with car accidents.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say this boils over. Do you think he can bounce back in the NFL?
If he turns out to be cleared of everything?
Like, let's say...
Or settle.
It's just settled as it goes away. You think he's going to face a long suspension?
Yeah, I think he will, no matter what.
A year?
Because, no, not a year.
Maybe half a year?
Maybe like 4 to 6 games.
Yeah.
I no matter if he settles or not, and he's innocent or not.
They were bringing up the comparison. I don't think it's the same comparison, because Michael Vick did, 2.5 years? But look what he did. He came back, and he had a pretty good run with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
And I think Deshaun Watson, he's a whole lot younger.
Yeah.
This guy goes to the Raiders next year or somebody, he's going to be really good still.
Yeah. I think he'll serve the suspension. He'll get everything back. At the end of the day, Roethlisberger situation, you can't, he actually did have sex with them women.
But what happened to him?
Nothing really. He got suspended. Didn't he get suspended for a little while?
I think so,
but nothing really happened.
Nothing really happened to him.
Mm-mm.
I think he's young enough to bounce back.
Yeah, I think so. And he's one of those players that any coach is still going to take their chance to get him.
Dude, any team.
Look at Antonio Brown.
That's a good example right there.
Yeah, even though the number of women ain't that high, but it was a worse thing because he kept on doing stuff.
I think even Plaxico Burress came back after he went to prison.
He shot himself in the leg.
Steelers. So Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's gonna do any jail time. So this guy is he's definitely gonna be a player when he comes back.
Hey, what kind of player though? You talking about a football player or player?
Football player. Well, where do you think he'll land? Because in Houston he's done. He's just not coming back. We got Tyrod Thomas now though, but we'll talk about that later.
Tyrod Taylor?
Tyrod Taylor. I'm sorry.
Houston has him?
Yeah, he's playing with Houston.
Huh.
They're going to be their starting quarterback next year for now.
I'm so mixed up on Tyrod Taylor because I want to like him too as a quarterback.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't have a success. Like, of course, everybody gives him a chance, just like Teddy Bridgewater.
Those guys keep getting chances.
Yeah, they get chances because people like them, but then they always like their backup better.
I've always heard that the backup quarterback is the most popular guy on the team.
Yeah, yeah.
And there really isn't that many good quarterbacks in the NFL. It's a handful of guys.
It's not that many.
You're not going to find a lot. It's like in the NBA back in the 90s, centers. There was only a few.
Yeah. The thing about quarterbacks also, I mean, it's a lot of franchises that will mess a quarterback up. Let's say like Cleveland used to do, the Jets.
Oh.
I don't believe Sam Darnold was just somehow sorry
you can say
when he got in the league, you know?
Houston too.
Yeah, Houston as well. Deshaun Watson tried his best not to let that happen. But yeah, Houston, Cleveland was like that.
Cleveland was the worst.
Yes, the Jaguars. A lot of these teams, they will destroy a quarterback and everybody say, oh, this quarterback sucks. It's like, how do you go from being so good to so sorry that
I
fast?
think, honestly, a lot of these guys are getting put in too quick. I think, like Aaron Rodgers, he sat for 4 or 5 years before they threw him out there.
That's true.
I think that's the way to do it. David Carr, what happened with the Texans' first game? Rookie. Expansion team.
Yeah.
What kind of line did he have? He had no protection.
None at all.
They destroyed his career. He could have been
I think he could have been really good if he had went anywhere else, sat behind. I think he had a chance to be really, really good.
The Texans should have signed a veteran quarterback at the time and let David Carr sit 3-4 years before he played.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I thought that was the way to go.
And it shows that those quarterbacks end up doing really good. Nowadays, it's like we pay these rookies so much, throw their ass out there, you know?
You almost have to play them because of the contracts.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get their value back.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's just a tough situation right there.
Yeah.
These coaches probably don't want to play him, but they're pressured by the owners. Like, hey, we're paying this guy.
Oh yeah.
$40 million. You need to put him out there.
And these coaches know. These coaches know that this player isn't ready yet, and we're about to destroy this man's career. We're about to destroy his whole career.
They use that glimmer of hope, that chance that he's actually going to be really good. What if he, like Deshaun Watson? I remember when they first put him in with the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the restroom was it against the Giants?
No, was it against the Giants?
It might have been the Jaguars game, but I just heard on the speakerphone they're bringing in Deshaun Watson at the half. He never looked back.
Was it Tom? Who was the quarterback at the time?
It was Tom Savage.
Tom Savage, yeah. And he kind of got he got because he was a third stringer, young guy too.
Houston fans will destroy quarterbacks.
Yeah, he kind of got the rough end, and he didn't have a chance either.
No.
They gave him like a half a game, and it was like, yeah, fuck you, dude.
It's time to go.
Yeah, but I think Houston sports, they need to focus. They always historically will have a good defense.
Yeah.
Even though they let J.J. Watt gone now, he's gone.
I think that was long overdue.
You think so? Long overdue?
Yeah, because not saying he's been hurt a lot.
He's been hurt, yeah, for the past like 3 or 4 years.
I thought they could have got some value for him if they traded him a year or two ago. But basically, they didn't get nothing for him. But I think it was long overdue. I think the Texans, they're in a rebuild right now. I think that I'm a fan of rebuilds because they didn't win with any of those guys, and I love Deshaun, DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt, and everybody else. But if you're not winning, it's time to go. It's like the James Harden. People ask me, "Are you upset that he left?" No, I appreciate everything he did. The 8 years, some of those playoff games I went to against the Warriors and the Thunder were some of the most exciting games I've ever been to.
Yeah,
but we never won. It was never good, and we were never good enough. So you gotta break it up. You gotta start all over.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a big fan of what's going on with Houston teams right now.
And literally all their teams, they're rebuilding.
All going through it.
Yeah, they're all going through it. They seem like they're historically always going through it.
There might be a bias against Houston, man. But you know what? It's fine. We had a good run. 2018, I believe, was the peak of Houston sports. Yeah.
Overall, I hope Houston sports bounce back. I hope Deshaun bounces back, or if he's honestly guilty of something, he needs to be punished, of course.
Of course.
But if, like I think you said too, if they're lying, then
he deserves his justice.
He deserves his justice. Give those women the same punishment as you was going to give him.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough too because it's a lot against just one, and well, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, it's like I said, it's not an easy situation to even talk about.
No,
because you can be insensitive either way.
Yeah, speaking of insensitive, Brett freaking Favre.
Yeah, he's a little
right
out there right now.
Right, like, hey, Favre, Brett, chill the hell out, dude.
Like, a lot of those guys, he was a great quarterback, but he had a lot of good players around him.
Yeah, and the thing about I mean, look at all the players that did shit for him.
And Donald Dorsey Levens,
yes,
Sterling Sharp,
yes,
Darren Sharper,
yes,
Amon Green,
yes, and he's just like, don't give a shit, like keep politics out of sports and all this stuff.
He suddenly just forgot, right?
Suddenly forget about everyone who that shows to tell you that he never he didn't. Probably wasn't those, well, I'm going to keep in contact with this. You're on my team. He's like, no, while we're football season, I know you. But off season on that, I don't know this guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to my ranch, going my John Deere tractor. That's what he did. Wear my Wrangler jeans.
His true colors came out.
Right? And here's the thing about politics and sports. Politics is, ever since they started coming out during the national anthem, and playing national anthem and stuff like that, politics has been in sports.
I think the national anthem, that's what you call paid patriotism.
Exactly, but you can't tell these people that these whole Colin Kaepernick disrespecting the anthem people. You know what I'm saying, or the military anthem. People.
I stand up for it, but I'm not gonna berate anybody, and I think people have a right to protest, man.
Yeah,
it's a silent protest.
But then he don't want the athletes saying nothing. Are the athletes not tax-paying citizens?
Exactly.
They not live here.
Me and you were talking about sports. We don't play sports.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah, we're talking about sports and we don't play sports. Should we keep sports out of podcasting?
No, I think those guys they have a platform and they can reach a lot of people. So
exactly.
Why not use your platform?
Exactly, because if you were to bring a camera in my face and ask me how I feel about these issues, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I have to put my own camera in my own face, and nobody's asking me anything. I'm just create my own platform. But people like LeBron or other players, Kevin Durant or other players are, they have cameras in their face. People are asking them those questions. They're not just.
They can't go around the question. They have to answer it.
Yeah. So the reporter's asking them, well, what are they supposed to do? Just like, no, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not black today. I'm just a basketball player.
The thing about athletes is they can affect something very important to these owners and to the, for everybody, business owners. Yeah. Money.
Yeah, that's true. But I just don't. I mean, Brett just And the thing about it, he has a right to feel the way he feels as well.
He has that right to have his opinion.
Yeah, so I can't. But the thing about it is,
but people have a right to disagree too.
Yeah, and then you see what's going on, and you still saying, "Don't talk about it. Just let things happen, and it'll sort themselves out." Basically, is what he's saying. I'm like, no, things need to be said.
Well, a lot of that stuff it was kept quiet in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and how many people were killed?
Oh,
what was the first time that actually something popped off when it was recorded? Was Rodney King?
Yeah, and even before then, remember was it Selma when they got out the cops beat him up and the cameras were rolling?
Alabama.
I think it was in Alabama. And they recorded for like 15 minutes and they just showed them getting beat up, and then they broadcasted it, and that's when like the whole world was on notice what was going on in the South. But this ain't a history class. But Rodney King, and what happened to Rodney King? The people who the cops that beat him up,
they were
acquitted.
They were acquitted. I think
they paid him a settlement.
But they got off, and all the evidence in the world.
Yeah.
And what they did with their trial, they moved it as far away from downtown LA. Simi Valley, which is a pretty rich neighborhood.
Yeah, and it's such a thing to where we're seeing, like lately, we're not just seeing part of it on camera. We're seeing the whole events from when the cop gets there to when he kills the person, whoever the person is.
Yeah.
We're seeing everything that takes place. Now, am I saying that every victim was doing the right thing at the time? No. You probably, if you just like the guy who recently got killed in Minnesota, not George Floyd, but Dante. He started struggling with them and stuff like that. You got to stay calm. But
it's kind of hard when you got a gun.
Exactly, that's the thing about it. If you come up aggressive,
I think that's probably what starts everything. How aggressive.
The police officer's aggressiveness does play a big role in that.
Hey, I can understand it's a scary situation. I was once pulled over by a cop and I had my hands in my pocket. That guy, he drew a gun to me. He's like, "Get your hands out of your pocket." I had no intentions, bad intentions, but those few seconds are they get you going.
Yeah, like if you're going to be that scary, you need to find another job. Exactly. And I'm not saying you can be cautious on guard, but if you're that scary, why pick that job? If I'm scared of heights, I'm not going to be up there fixing power lines.
That's true, man. That's why I don't do anything in that.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a parachute instructor. I'm not going to fly planes.
Yeah, she confused the taser with the gun.
Come on now.
And at the moment she was on a training mission with some young rookie cops. That's a scary thing. Like, how do you?
26 years on the force.
$90,000 a year. Like,
and I saw a video with this officer, and he pulled out his taser and his gun, and he was like, he had one like this. The gun is in the dominant, and the taser is in the not dominant.
Yeah. He
said, "Look, this is what they look like." They said there is no excuse for what this cop did. And there's another cop saying that.
What do you think she was thinking?
She hasn't killed a black man in a while, so she's not.
Apparently she
I don't know.
Involved in another shooting.
Was she?
Yeah, but I'm not really familiar on the details, but I did read something like that.
The thing about it is, all this is going on, and then in Minnesota, for a Minnesota cop, not to be aware of what's going on, the climate, read the room, yes. Mm-hmm. And then you make a dumb mistake like that.
Yeah, that's.
I whether she made a mistake or not, she sound pretty convincing that she was like she messed up and all that. She said I shot him.
Whether she made a mistake or not,
somebody died.
Yeah.
So it's like whether you made a mistake or not, I'm not focused on you. Oh, it was just a mistake. It was a life taken.
And he had a warrant or whatever, but does that really give you a reason to kill him? I mean, where he lives. Go to his house and arrest him later,
Yeah. It was too much for that and aggressiveness.
Yeah.
And then, then the military, like for all you clowns out there that want to talk about Colin Kaepernick, this is me, Matthias, talking. This is my opinion. All you clowns out there who want to put the military on Colin Kaepernick, and then you got the police officers macing, pulling a army lieutenant out of his car and basically treat him like he's nothing. Like,
yeah, that's it kind of seems like a power thing right there. He just wanted to be an asshole about it.
Yeah, and I'm glad they fired him right away.
I don't understand how you can do that. Like, there's so many cameras around. Like, you're throwing away your career, man.
No, threatening this guy's life.
Yeah.
And listen, I think of it like this. And luckily that lieutenant was trained with mace, like he knew how to handle himself. Because what if that was you or me? I would have been like, you know what I'm saying? If that stuff is in my face, and all of a sudden they would shot me, thinking I'm reaching for a gun or something, But he stayed calm still.
That's a scary thing, man.
It's yeah, and you got the other military guy who threatened this black guy outside his house.
Oh, I saw that. The video with the guy, he wanted him out of the neighborhood?
Yeah, he lived in the neighborhood.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's pushing him and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't. That was too much.
I'm like, and I'm glad they arrested him too.
And there was even a moment in the video where the guy was, he was questioning the kid a lot, asking him a lot of questions, but then the kid asked him a question, and they told him that's none of your business.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and then the wife, I don't even know what she looks like, but she's just ugly anyway.
Yeah,
but
she probably is.
She was like, he was like, I live in this neighborhood, and he was like, well, maybe we should walk you home then. I'm like, bitch, like.
Who do you think you are?
Like, I want guys like him to pick on somebody who's a big guy who can fight.
They won't.
No, he won't. He knew the guy couldn't beat him up.
He knew that guy was outnumbered.
Yeah.
In his neighborhood, and
then he got brave. He became brave.
He became brave. That's what it is. But they wouldn't do it anywhere else.
No, I would. Yeah. And all this stuff is going on. This is like a week's worth of stuff. You got the little kid now, 13, 14-year-old kid that just got killed.
Yeah.
Showing his hands.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he turned around. They said, put up your hands, show us your hands. He turned around. Like, you could see him with his hands up before he gets shot.
Cops?
Yeah.
Where was this at?
Oh, I don't remember what state it was in. But it's crazy. Like, this is a kid. He looks like a freaking kid. He wasn't reaching anything. Like, his hands... And I think he was like Hispanic or white or something. I don't remember what it was. I think he might have been Hispanic or something like that.
I think I did hear about that then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't look into it, but I did see something like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, you just shot this kid down. What did you gain out of that?
A kid.
A 13-year-old kid. Not if you even know he's 13. He's not. His hands are visible. He's not even having anything right now.
You're that scared of a kid?
You can see his hands.
Yeah.
All this is taking place this week.
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks you just want to forget.
Yeah, but you can't. Unfortunately, you can't forget it. You can't
forget it because that's what they want. They want you to forget it and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Get over it, right?
Yeah. And you can't. You have to put it out there. You gotta bring awareness to it.
Keep pushing.
You gotta keep pushing it.
Yeah, I think that's where those athletes, they have their platform. Keep pushing.
Exactly, Mr. Brett Favre, Mr. Used to like you as a quarterback. Now you're.
He was a really good quarterback.
He was a good quarterback too.
One of my favorites, man.
He was. That's why. But yeah, whatever. Just, I guess he has a right to say what he's going to say. I have to always say that he does have that right. Just they have a right to tell you to shut the fuck up.
They have a right to their opinion, and you have a right to yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have nothing wrong with that.
Oh no.
But it's just so much darkness in the world, Ramon.
So much darkness, man.
When we gonna have some light, dude? When you gonna shed some light on the world, dude?
When?
Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow, man.
Dang. Yeah, man. What? Do you pay attention to any, like, entertainment stuff?
Somewhat.
Like the.
I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not really knowledgeable on pop culture, but if you talk about it, I'm sure.
What about Okay, what about J-Lo and A-Rod?
Oh, the most arrogant couple ever?
They broke up, I think. They called their engagement off and all that.
They did. I'm not surprised to hear that.
Should we even give a shit?
Why should we? They're rich.
Yeah.
Didn't A-Rod just buy the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Yeah. And Anthony Edwards didn't even know who he was.
He didn't even know who he was. Yeah, those two people. I'm not a big fan. Well, I loved A-Rod when he was a baseball player, but after that, I'm just not a big fan of the guy, and I'm not a big fan of J-Lo either.
Ramon, watch out now. Ramon's
just not a fan of her.
J-Lo's my baby girl, my old sugar mama.
You want to be husband number 20?
Yeah, I'll wait in line. I'll wait now until she's like 60, 70 years old, and it's finally my turn.
Still look the same, right?
Probably still look the same. I'll wait. But I still call her J-Lo.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not a big fan of either, but I'm not surprised that relationship ended. What do you think?
I'm not surprised either, because both of them have a track record of they not being in a relationship. But if you can't look, you got arguably one of the best baseball players, and then you got arguably one of the sexiest women, and you guys can't make it work.
There's got to be some egos, right?
Like what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him. He made some comments that kind of rubbed me the wrong way about the whole Astros cheating, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But what did he get? He got suspended for a year from baseball for steroids.
With steroids, right?
Can I say a cuss word?
Fuck no.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not a fan of him.
Man, that's but man, J Lo though.
You like her, huh?
For an older woman, yeah.
Was she a good Selena?
Only the best. They got another Selena coming. Don't they have another
Netflix
one?
Series.
I haven't watched the first one yet.
It's like 10 episodes.
So what are they talking about on there?
Basically, her.
I mean, I'm not saying just because you're Hispanic, you watched it and everything.
But I did watch it.
But you did watch it though.
Watched it in one day from her childhood in Lake Jackson to Corpus Christi, and I think the next series is going to be about I think up until her death.
Does the girl look like her? Is the girl sexy? Who plays her?
She's beautiful, man. A lot of women gave her a lot of grief, but I mean,
it's Selena. That's why. It's
but people make it too much. Like, you know, she got the job. You know.
Yeah.
What do you have against her?
And then I like how we treat Selena too, because I think she could have probably been more of a global icon, but at least here in Texas and the South, and even have a Netflix thing about her. She should be tragically killed.
Too young.
She was unaware to be one of the best. You know,
she would have been 25, 50 years old today.
Dang, look better than J-Lo probably, huh?
Probably so.
Dang.
How big do you think she would have been?
I think she could have been, because she had hits in Spanish and English.
She had just crossed over to English.
Yeah.
She always wanted to sing in English, but she finally got it done towards the end.
It was pretty good. It was really good. You know, I could fall in love. That's how it goes, right?
Yep.
Shit, I like Selena. Honestly, I never really heard of her. I knew her songs, but I didn't really know who's about her until she died. You know, and then all the girls, you know, the Hispanic chicks at work. I mean, at school.
Were you in Texas when she died?
Yeah. And they were at school crying and stuff like that, and I was like, "What? Who? Selena?" Then I heard the song. I was like, "Oh, I heard this song before. I didn't know that was her."
Yeah. I think she would have been pretty big now, but
is the lady who killed her free?
No, she's still in prison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she apparently became a lawyer in prison.
What? Who are you defending?
She's trying to get herself out of prison.
How? You did it. We know you did it.
Yeah, but I think eventually she's probably going to get paroled.
Yeah, I mean, why not become a doctor? Why not be? If you're gonna do all that, I guess you could be anything. A lawyer in prison, like.
She lived her dream in prison.
Was it her manager? Was she her manager?
Yeah, she was the apparently the lady who ran her fan club she was embezzling money from her. They confronted her, and I guess a little fight broke out, and she shot her.
Damn, that's fucked up, man. Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
Well, hey, long live Selena, right?
Long live Selena.
Hey, let me find out you don't listen to Selena, dog. Let me find out.
Listening to her on the way up here right now.
For real?
Yeah. Just kidding.
I might go watch that though. You said it's on Netflix?
Yeah, you can check it out on Netflix. It's the new series comes out May 4th, but watch the first one.
I might check that. I might check that out, dude.
What else is going on with that?
Oh, they got I saw this yesterday. Pentagon releasing UFO videos.
Really?
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't, but I think they should do it. You listen to what's his name? God, I don't know what his name is. He does that show, Ancient Aliens.
Oh yeah, I forget his name, but he's the guy that looks crazy. Does he look like kind of crazy or something, or is it somebody else?
It's another name. I just can't think about it. He's really like, my brother got me onto it, and he gets real deep into that stuff. He makes you wonder, about aliens and stuff. What do you think about aliens?
What I think
they're real.
Is there has to be something else out there. No matter if it's and the thing about it, just because we can't see them don't mean they're not here. They probably can't see us. But then again, maybe we were all together at one point. Maybe we were on all this giant, all the planets were together at one point, right?
Yeah. And
maybe something hit it and all spread out, hit whatever, and people went their own way, or whatever we looked like back then went their own way.
I was watching a show. I don't know if it was Ancient Aliens, but there was my brother, he's more knowledgeable about that stuff. I don't know anything about it, but where in the 1800s, they would see some massive, people thought they were birds, in the sky, and the ranchers would shoot at them, and the bullets would bounce off, and then that thing would go inside the water somewhere in California, and people now seem to think that those were probably UFOs and aliens, and back then they came out more because who was here to record it? Like I said, I don't know much about it, but it makes you wonder.
Yeah, even though, have you ever seen the Navy pilots? Their video they had.
Yes,
that
Google
thing
it.
just
During World War II and during the, I think it was Vietnam. They would there's a lot of pictures out there where the people in the air would take pictures of UFOs.
What would you do if you saw one that you can? It's like this weird ass thing. Just yeah, that's probably what we all do, right?
What would you do?
We all do that. I was like, hey, down here.
I don't know what I would do. I guess it's one of those things you can say, oh, I would do this and that, but I guess until you're in a situation, what can you do?
That's the thing about it. We can always, because let's say if one did land right outside here.
Turn the camera that way?
I'm going to turn it that way, then I'm going to fucking run. I'm going to just run.
Yeah.
I don't know, or I'm gonna be quiet. I'm like, hey, nobody move.
Nobody move.
Stay. Nobody move. Then I'm gonna have to sneeze, right?
Yeah.
At the wrong time they come here and I'm like, Then you just gotta kill me before I can sneeze, Ramon.
Do you think we'll ever see the day where the government tells us the truth?
No. When the government and truth don't go together.
No,
those are two words that don't go together. So, no, I think they'll keep putting stuff out there, like they put in the little videos. But at the same time,
to distract us?
UFO, we got to understand the UFO is just unidentified flying object.
That's what it is.
If a balloon is up there, we don't know what it is. It's a UFO.
Yeah.
So they can put whatever videos out there that says UFO. But the thing is, they probably know what it is, but it's a UFO to you.
We don't know what it is.
And that's just real.
Yeah.
It's unidentified to us. They probably know.
I'm sure they know. There's actually some good podcasts, and like I said, I can't think of the guy's name, but he, I listened to one of the podcasts. He had this lady that, I don't know who she worked for. She worked for something in New Mexico where they have a lot of paranormal stuff. But apparently she was gonna,
like Area 51 type stuff.
Yeah, she was gonna with I don't know if it was the Air Force or what, but she was gonna meet with an alien, but the alien suddenly died right before they met. He was locked up in New Mexico, and like I said, it sounds weird, but it makes you wonder. It says that
was it an illegal alien? She means
yeah, too close to Mexico, huh? But yeah, it just makes you wonder. Like it's like the whole Bitcoin. We made fun of it 8 years ago, but look at it now.
Shout out to Dogecoin though.
Yeah, Doge.
Shout out to the Doge. I see you coming up, boy. Bang. I see you.
We'll see what happens, Matthias.
Hopefully it keeps coming up. By the time it's probably, now that I'm talking about it, it's probably going right back down right now. As soon as I open up my phone after this,
pull up your app, man.
It's going to be back down. But I bought it in at like 5 cents.
How much you got now?
I bought like 1,800 at 5 cents. So now, last time I looked, it was like around 30 something cents.
Yeah, well, I think it went up to 23 cents yesterday.
Nah, it was higher than that.
It was higher than that?
Because when I looked at it last time I saw it, it was like 28 cents.
Damn.
When I woke up this morning, it was around like 35.
You think it's peaking?
I hope it keeps rising, bro. I hope it keeps rising.
Cash out or what?
No, I'm just keep it. If it goes back down, it'll come back up, and I'll just buy more when it comes down.
I've been a lot of people have talked to me about it, but I never bought into it.
Man, you gotta look into that stuff because, I mean, it's if it hits, it's like gambling. I don't know if you gamble. Do you gamble?
Just every time I get on the road.
Yeah, it's like you could put something in the penny stocks and, and whatever, and it might hit.
Yeah.
So you never know. Like I it only cost me $100 to do that.
You have what, 1,800 now?
Yeah, 1,800 shares of.
That's pretty good, man.
Of it, and people have more than that. And I wasn't going to put more money or something that I didn't know about.
A lot of some businesses are starting to take a lot of that cryptocurrency, huh?
I heard Bitcoin, like they certain things that you can pay with Bitcoin, or they can convert it or whatever.
Oakland Athletics are doing it.
I mean, what if your job is like, we'll pay you in Bitcoin? Like however much you make right now, and they say we give you 2 Bitcoins.
I'll take it. You.
Yeah, because it's gonna come up. Because
Isn't there an NFL player who wants to get paid now with a cryptocurrency?
Dude, they're saying by the end of the year it can go up to 100,000.
Yeah, I've gotten that lecture from my brother a few times already.
But it's getting to the point right now. It's like, man, I can't afford a Bitcoin.
No.
Yeah, I can put something on it. I can put something on it. But yeah, as far as buying a Bitcoin, no.
High.
I'm just buying 1 Bitcoin right now, and if it reaches 100,000, 300,000,
life changing money.
Shit. Yeah, dude. It's you have to.
Imagine if you bought into it when it first started.
Dude, like so many people did. That's why I got on this Dogecoin and stuff like that. Crypto is where it's at right now.
Yeah.
And just in case, if you can put whatever you can afford to lose, put it on there and let it sit. And eventually, out of nowhere, like you're going to just wake up and it's like, like why is this?
2 weeks notice at work.
Hey, if it's enough, like, hey, the hell with a 2 weeks notice. I'm not even coming in. They gonna call me. I don't care. Yeah, bro. It's
There's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on, Ramon.
There's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on, bro. So your job. So you liking it?
I like it, man. Granted, I've only been there almost 2 months, but there hasn't been a single day where I've dreaded going to work.
Really?
Yeah, it's an easy shot for me. I take the Beltway, get off on a back road over there by I-10 in Channelview.
Mm-hmm.
I'm work from 7 to 4. I got my own office, corner office. I do my job. My boss, he's not watching you. He's very supportive. He's like, hey, you made this mistake, but don't worry, we're gonna fix it. And man, I don't think I could have asked for a better situation. It's decent money. I get to grow my career, try something different, get into a whole different industry. 4:00, they're kicking you out. Like, get out of here, go home.
Yeah.
Fridays, go home at 3:30. And I can take lunch whenever I want. Take a long lunch, short lunch.
Really?
They're not.
You got it like that?
A lot of autonomy. It's a good company, man. I enjoy working there, and it's funny because a few months ago I was talking to a friend, and I was telling her about the whole job situation, and she messaged me something that I never forgot. She's like, "You're gonna find a job, and you're gonna be happier than you've ever been."
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm completely happy, but man, it's a good situation, man.
If you wasn't doing that, if you didn't have to clock in every day or at a job, what would you see yourself doing? Like your own personal, I'm not working for anybody. This is what I want to do. What I want to do?
I'm a big fan of jerseys, right?
Yeah.
But there's not
a market.
There is, but it's a niche market. It's an expensive niche market. But honestly, I like the idea of talking sports and podcasting. But a lot of people have talked to me and said, "Hey, you need to do this. You're very knowledgeable about stuff."
Yeah, you are.
But I just never really followed up on it. I'm like, nah, I just kind of like brushed it off. But as far as a dream job, man, I don't know what I would be doing. What about you?
This right here.
You've always talked about wanting to do a podcast.
Yeah, and I did it.
When I sat next to you, remember?
Yeah. Yep.
We'd have some little.
Hey, remember? If y'all don't know, we're gonna go back. Y'all don't know. We go back.
We go back, man.
Go back. Yeah. I love it, man.
And I think you're doing a good job, man.
Appreciate it.
Sometimes I'll sit down and I'm doing my homework and I'm just listening to you and just you and the guys you do it with. I have a really good conversation, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
A lot of the topics, and I think that honestly, I really think you can make it big, man. And I'm not just saying that because we're friends, but you got talent, man. You're well spoken. You're smart. You're very versatile. You can talk about anything. You have a good attitude. You're not you don't blow up. You don't get angry. Yeah. You're very cool, calm, and collected, man. I'm telling you. I think you'll make it big.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You gotta find that one sponsor to get you going.
Sponsor me.
But I think you'll do it, man. Just keep at it. Don't give up. You're gonna have your rough patches, but you're gonna get through it. You're gonna make it. I know you will.
Yeah, even though sometimes it's like I know I got to put that work in. You know, every show is not going to be good.
But you put in work, but it's for you.
Yeah, and that's the satisfaction of it. You know,
it's like me with school. I know it doesn't guarantee me anything, but I feel good when I do well because I know it's for me. It's like you with podcasting, man. To make,
I do think you would be good at talking sports, though.
Yeah.
I think that's your thing too, because like history things too, right?
I think if you're gonna be passionate about something, you gotta understand the history of it.
Right.
They just say as I started watching, it's like I'm not a soccer fan. I don't understand it. I don't understand why people like it, but I know why people like it, right?
Yeah.
So I can't just get into soccer without understanding the history of it, But it's like sports. I think that you gotta understand the history of it in order to really appreciate it. Why is the NBA the way it is right now? Who set the groundwork? Magic, Michael.
Right.
All these other guys, Kobe. So we can have what we have today with the NBA. I love talking about old school NBA.
Speaking of old school and Kobe, what do you think about Michael Jordan inducting him into the Hall of Fame?
I don't think there's a better person to do it.
I don't either, dude. Like, carbon copy of Jordan.
When you see Kobe, I would see Jordan.
Yes.
A lot of things
same
with Jordan.
Freaking moves.
The tongue, everything. Man, what a loss for everybody, huh?
Dude, Kobe meant a lot to everybody. Kobe's like, Kobe's that guy.
The smile, just everything about him, man. He's
no fear. Just let's do
it. Being a Houston fan, I'm not supposed to like the Lakers, but man, how could you not be a fan of Kobe Bryant?
You had to watch Kobe.
Kobe was.
You had to.
Man, he was the guy who kept the NBA going post Jordan. I mean, the NBA to me took a dip when Jordan retired in '98.
Yeah.
But what did we do every Sunday?
Shit, watch the Lakers and Celtics and all those guys.
NBA on NBC. Well, we could see we could see Kobe Bryant.
But,
I mean,
yeah. After I think what saved the NBA too was the Lakers having Shaq on the team and Kobe and.
You want to know what I think resurrected the NBA?
Yeah.
LeBron James in 2003. He was must-see TV.
Yeah.
Because the NBA, to me, I think it took a big dip after the whole Jordan thing. But with, Kobe and Shaq with the Lakers, that was good, man. Those 3 championships they won. It was the Lakers and everybody else. We had the Spurs too, but
nobody liked the Spurs though.
But if you really think about it, when the Spurs and the Pistons were dominating the NBA, that was real basketball. That's the way basketball should have been played. A team sport where you didn't really have a big superstar like, you had Tim Duncan, but man, he had a lot of good players around him. And the Pistons, back then I didn't think it was great, but if I look back at it now, I'm like, damn, those were some good games right there. The way it should be. Low scoring defense, slow it up, half court basketball. That's the way basketball should be played.
Yeah, like those games were like the Pistons and the Wizards. Remember, like Gilbert Arenas and
Gilbert Arenas was amazing.
And they played the Cavs when LeBron was first on the Cavs, and then remember when Orlando was good.
Penny Hardaway.
I was talking about when they had Dwight and T-Mac.
They went to the finals.
Even T-Mac.
No. T-Mac didn't make the finals.
He got kicked out in the first round of the playoffs. But Dwight actually went to the finals,
when
right?
He had Rashard Lewis and Jameer Nelson.
Yeah, Jameer Nelson.
Those were some good teams right there.
Yeah. That was good basketball where it just was spread around.
Yeah. The NBA has changed a lot.
Yeah. What else? Before we get out of here, Stone Cold has a documentary coming out. You gonna watch it?
Oh, on A&E?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
I'm gonna watch that too.
Hey, Stone Cold or The Rock?
That's a harder one. I
love Stone Cold, man.
I was a fan of both. I don't know.
Whenever they went at it at WrestleMania here in the Astrodome, I was Stone Cold, man. Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna watch the documentary?
Oh yeah. I was a big Stone Cold fan.
Did you ever listen to this podcast?
No.
It's pretty good, man. I like Stone Cold. Yeah.
You can find out you ain't like Booker T.
Booker T from Houston, man. I love Booker T, man. He's entertaining.
Yeah, he is.
He was really good. He is really good. He's got his own wrestling company and he does a lot of things. And that guy was from where he came from, went to prison for a few years to where he is, man. That's he's an inspiration, man.
That's good, man. That's real good. They need to bring wrestling. Is wrestling what it was? Is it what it was though? Doing the Attitude Era? No. So far away. When they had what's my baby? Trish Stratus was my baby.
Those were the good days, right?
Trish
Remember when
Stratus.
wrestling was must-see TV?
Mm-hmm.
What you watch, Nitro or Raw?
Raw.
I
switch it up. Yeah. And then fucking SmackDown with The Rock.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought The Rock was too much.
Really?
He was too. I guess because I like Stone Cold because he just whoop your ass, stick the finger at you.
Yeah. Just drink some beer.
Those were the good days, though.
Man.
I don't think we'd ever get back to those days.
No, not with the cancel culture and all this PC and all that nonsense. Nah, we'll never get back to the good old days.
I don't know.
Man, you getting a shot or what?
I think I am gonna get it because I think eventually it's gonna be where we're required to get it.
Yeah, it's gonna be required to where we can't even go nowhere.
Yeah, honestly, are you against it?
I'm against being forced.
I think you should have the choice to get it.
Yeah, and I don't think they should restrict you doing it because because all a virus shot's supposed to do is help you fight it.
Oh, didn't we? Greg Abbott just passed a executive order saying that they can't force you where you're forced to identify yourself if you got it.
That's like we're not sex offenders, you know what I'm saying? Like why we have to do all that shit?
I got my ID, I got my COVID shot, but yeah, I think I will get it eventually, just because it's might as well, right?
It's gonna come down to it to where I'm not an anti-vaxxer at all, but I don't feel like
I don't know much on it.
Yeah, nobody knows anything.
We don't know. We go to the doctor and they'll give us a shot for a B12 shot. We don't know what's in there.
It could be B13 or B11.
B11.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm so on that, dude. I'm eventually I'm probably am gonna have to get it, and
I've actually been.
It is what it is.
I got a text from Methodist to schedule a shot. I just haven't really got down to it, but I think I am gonna do it, and you don't want people to be afraid of you no more.
Man, look, I had COVID.
Sarcasm.
So I've had it.
I had it too.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's not fun, man.
But I don't know. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but people need to take that serious.
Yeah,
take it serious.
Honestly, just do your part. Obviously, we're supposed to wash our hands, and if they tell you to wear a mask, I'll wear my little mask.
Yeah.
Just do your part, man. Be respectful of others, and we'll be fine.
All right, man. This is a good podcast. This is a good show, man. Appreciate you coming on. This was good. Before I get out here, I want to just say R.P.D. to the M to the X. Man, he talking about icon living.
Yeah, he's an icon.
It sucks he had to go out like this,
He suffered on his way out.
Yeah. It sucks that had to happen. Do you think he's one of the best rappers of all time?
I think so.
I always thought he was, even before all this. He was in my top 8, you know.
Tupac's always going to be the best for me.
As far as just rap is concerned, he was one of the best. So.
Oh, yeah, he definitely was a cultural icon, and, he's from our era.
Yeah, I just want to give him you know what I'm saying? Just dude. So, yeah, man. Well, thanks again, Ramon, for coming on, man. Yeah, I was waiting on you to bark. You weren't going to bark, so.
Thanks for having me, Matthias.
And do you have any social media anybody follow you on, or?
Yeah, I got an Instagram, Facebook, but it's no big thing.
He's like, hey, you don't want you weirdos on this page.
Yeah.
Hey, you can follow me at Facebook at Matthias Wilburn. It's MATTHIAS Wilburn WILBURN. Hey, and then now we go live on Fridays. We're gonna hopefully get big enough to where we don't have to go live. When you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. It's Not So Common NSC. Not So Common NSC.
This guy's gonna make it big, man. He's got the talent, and I've told him years ago.
He did.
This guy can do it, man.
He did. It was just like, why not?
Go for it. You got to
look us up Spotify at Not So Common NSC as well. Subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Just subscribe. Just press the button.
Support your friend's business the way you
support your
other
boy.
businesses.
Support me, yeah. It's just a black-owned business. That's all. What else I got? Oh yeah, Instagram podcast, Not So Common podcast, and what else we got? Oh, my own Instagram at Matthias_KGV. I hope you guys getting all this and do it. What else we got? I have a Twitter, but I'm never on it, dude. You never see me on Twitter. You my only follower on Twitter.
I use my Twitter just for sports.
I appreciate that. I have a Twitter. I'll share it one day when I'm actually on it.
See, I followed Matthias before Matthias was famous, man.
Before I was even famous. Hey, thanks again. Thanks for following us. See y'all next time. Peace, fam.